Good morning, Todd.
In the studio with us, Kelli Fox from ICTC. And Kelli, introduce our guest.
Hey, we have with us this morning one of our business partners from the Indiana Gazette, and that's JD Grantz. So welcome, JD, to Indiana in the Morning with Todd Marino.
Thank you.
JD,
glad to
good
be here.
to have you. Good to
Thanks,
have
Todd.
you.
Nice to be here.
Kelli, let's get this out of the way first.
Okay.
You brought me cake.
I did bring you cake. 2 months in a row you get cake.
I'm telling you.
What are you doing behind the scenes that I'm not aware of?
Well, you're the one that brings it, so I have no idea. But it's banana cake. This, of course, prepared.
I even heard that they were thinking about adding some cookies to that.
Really?
Yeah, they're making great Easter cookies right now.
Banana cake with cream cheese icing, ICTC culinary arts students.
How is it? Look at that.
The
Looks
icing
delicious.
is fantastic. JD really wants a piece of this.
I think we're going to have one before we leave the studio this
I think
morning.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'll put the call down the hallway. Hey, fellas, bring us something to eat with, okay? There's plates back there. There's forks.
I
Come
do
on
have
down.
a plastic fork in my pocket. If
Come
we
on down to the front studio.
You carry it with you all the time
just in case.
in case you run into cake.
Yeah. You never know.
We had a little
So
inside
good to be
notice
prepared.
that there might be cake as part of our interview.
Okay, so seriously, what are we talking about here
Well,
today?
really, it does relate to some of what Culinary Arts has been doing. You know, at the ICTC, we've been partnering with a couple of community events. And this morning, of course, because JD's with us, we want to focus on what the Indiana Gazette is doing to benefit our local ICAP food bank. And our Culinary Arts department is helping them out in that regard because there is an upcoming cooking show. Hopefully you've heard about that in the paper and on the radio. But next Tuesday at the KCAC, we will be part of the cooking show. And our chef, Jonathan Nagy from Culinary Arts, along with our Culinary Arts students, will be performing right there on the stage in Toretti Auditorium. And they will be cooking up some sopapilla cheesecake pie. So if you thought that the cream cheese icing on this banana cake was really good, I can't even imagine what this sopapilla cheesecake pie is going to taste
I
like.
can't even say it.
Yes. And they're also going to be whipping up some gingered sweet potato mash and barbecue sauce, along with some coleslaw and a house-made rub for braised pork.
Oh, man.
And so what's the benefit of coming to that?
Well, I can think of plenty.
Yeah. So the listeners can get a ticket, right, JD?
Yes.
And once I'm done talking about the food, you can talk about how people can get there to taste this food, because every participant there will have the opportunity to taste a pulled pork slider with barbecue sauce and slaw on a Hawaiian roll. And then there will also be a piece of that sopapilla cheesecake pie, along with some Melba raspberry sauce.
Wow. JD Grantz, of course,
So
will be there
Culinary Arts is cooking, and because of the technology and because you want to see your food being made, you know, our students are going to be on the stage. If you're in the audience and you're watching this and you're getting some tips about how to make that gingered sweet potato mash, then our digital communication students are bringing their equipment, and they're going to be up above looking down on the action on the stage, and then that will be projected up onto the big screen. So you don't have to stretch your neck from your comfortable seat there in the Toretti Auditorium. You can just watch and on the big screen, and you see what they're doing on the stage. So I think it's going to be pretty fantastic.
Yeah. JD, Gazette's been doing this for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah, this will be the 41st Indiana's Cooking Show. And a huge thank again to ICTC, John Nagy, and Melanie Brubaker for being a big part of it. But it being the 41st year, this last year I know that they raised for ICAP's food pantry over $12,000.
Yeah. One event.
One event, yeah. And each dollar, to put that in perspective, will buy 10 pounds of food for ICAP, which is a pretty significant deal. Yeah. So it's a really fun event too. There's a lot that goes on. So each attendee gets a tote bag that includes a cookbook for all the recipes that I was drooling over the microphone here when Kelli was talking about those delicious foods. There are a couple grand prizes for the two shows. The two shows will actually be April 23rd. The cooking show, the shows themselves starts at 4 and 6:30.
Okay.
1 hour before each of the shows, there's a vendor fair that a number of businesses volunteer to come be a part of the event, and each of them offer a door prize for the attendees coming. Tickets are $8, and 100% of those proceeds of ticket sales go directly to ICAP Food Pantry. We also, a big part in this is our sponsors every year, which are S&T Bank, play a huge part in this, as the Crystal Benefactor and Len's Kitchen and Bath are also huge contributors to making the event happen, which is really neat. Dixon Meats, grand prize for each show, $250 gift card, which is also really cool. So it's not just the food. And all the things that these local businesses are donating, the proceeds for those go directly to ICAP, which is nice.
So your $8 ticket is going to get you either of the two shows, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
$8 ticket gets you either two shows. It gets you the vendor fair part, which includes a ton of samples from area restaurants that participate, and it gets you into the show itself. And for all the food that will be made and demonstrated by Chef Nagy and the ICTC culinary students will also be handed out as samples. So you get to taste everything that you're getting watched made. It's not just sit there, drool, go feel sad because you you spent the last hour being hungry watching John make.
You don't have to take
on stage. Yeah.
You don't have to pack a lunch in order to go to this thing, do you?
No, you don't have to pack a lunch. That we provide samples. And actually, one of the coolest things, and I've always envied the people that got to do this. For each show, we have a drawing that you can enter during the vendor fair. It's called Very Important Tasters, and I think there's 4 or 5 tables at the front of Toretti that certain people will be selected to have an entire dish. So you'll get like a full 3-course meal.
I think that should be you, Todd.
You come on over. I can give you as many chances as you'd like.
Now we know why JD joined us this morning.
You just look at me and see me drooling over that cake to my left here, and you know, I don't need that, JD. But boy, it would be tasty, wouldn't it?
That would be.
Oh, man. All right, so April 23rd.
Yeah, a couple neat things for the people that maybe aren't able to attend and be the same push. There's a Candemonium program that people, Tate's Market and Valesky's 4th Street Bilo both collect monetary donations for over a month prior to the event, which is going on now. And 100% of that money goes directly to ICAP. And the other portion of that is under the leadership of Betsy Sarnesso at IUP Center for Student Life. They also collect money and canned goods for several weekends at Giant Eagle and Walmart. Those donations, 100% of those go to ICAP's food pantry.
Terrific stuff. Terrific stuff. All right, now, Kelly, here's the thing. We're at 5 minutes away from the top of the hour. We haven't even gotten to the other topics yet.
Oh, my.
So here's my question for you. Do you want to rush through things, or do you want to hang around until after the 8 o'clock news and then...
Well,
Can you
I think
do
I
that?
need to rush today because today is also NOCTI Performance Test Day at ICTC, and I have some duties to attend to this morning.
As we used to say when a long fly ball was hit over my head, get on your pony.
And go. Well, there are some other upcoming events, and we're so glad to partner with Indiana Gazette and JD Grantz here on this Indiana Cooking Show. So thank you, JD, for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having
also coming up in the near future is that on May 8th, and I just wanted to put a shout out to all of our listeners, that ICTC is hosting its career interview night for seniors who are looking for employment. And so if we have employers in our area who are looking for skilled, dependable young workers to come into their business, check out the ICTC, www.ictc.edu. You can review our programs, and you can get in touch with us at the main number, 724-349-6700, to schedule your appearance at our interview night. And that is a live interview. Our students will be prepared with resumes, and we hope to hire out a lot of our seniors that night who are still looking. Yeah. A lot of our seniors are already employed, so that's good news for them. They won't be there, but those that are still looking will be. Also coming up in the month of May on the 18th is a fundraising event for the recently created Heidi Allison Character Award, and I brought some flyers for that. There's a golf outing being planned for May 18th right down the road from our school at Meadow Lanes. They're hosting the golf outing. And then later that day, on May 18th, the Indiana Elks is hosting the dinner to follow the golf outing. And that, again, is a fundraiser to support the Character Award that will be given to an ICTC student in memory of Heidi Allison, who was our former health occupations instructor. And I have information about being a sponsor for that golf outing, as well as if you're a golfer and you want to put together a foursome, there is registration for that as well. And again, come out to the ICTC website for more information. And I'm leaving these papers here at the radio if anybody would like to stop by and pick that information up right here at Renda. And then I also have to plug another June event because we are currently taking registration for what we call the ICTC Career Camp. Students have the opportunity to explore and discover in 6 different career fields this summer, and that will be held June 17, 18, 19. So the school will be out. They've had a week or 2 off, and they're ready to do something. So come on out to the ICTC June 17th through 19th, grades 5 to 7. And learn about carpentry, masonry, digital communications. They're going to be doing some photography. Cosmetology is teaching you how to get zombified. Health occupations is having you be a nurse for a day. And again, our culinary arts is on the schedule, and they're going to be making some homemade ice cream.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cake,
So that's an event for
cream.
elementary students, huh?
It really is. Yeah,
5 to
we're reaching
7.
out to our elementary schools a lot during the month of May. This is kind of a neat summer activity then as a follow-up to us going out to Homer Center and to United during the month of May. And our Marion Center, 6th graders are actually visiting ICTC on May 6th.
Right.
So
So
very busy time at our school.
Guess I could say that's elementary and some middle schools as well. in
That's
those
exactly
grades, in
right.
those
That's
grades.
exactly right. So
Beautiful, beautiful. We do have a lot of things going on,
we
as
do.
usual.
And thanks for allowing us to share that with the community. And thanks for hosting us this morning, Todd. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter.
Yeah, and thanks for the cake.
all
JD,
about
one
the
more
cake.
time, information about the cooking show. It's next Tuesday.
It's April 23rd. The doors open at 3:30 and for the first show, and at 5 o'clock for the second show. The shows start at 4 and 6:30.
Okay.
Do I have time for one more?
Yeah, hurry.
Okay. This summer, through adult education, connecting with White Township Recreation, because of a survey that they did in our community, people were saying they wanted to learn how to cook or to bake. And so there is going to be baking for families. They're going to make something from scratch. So again, you could sign up for that, Todd. I could see you doing that very easily. You could make your own banana cake with cream cheese icing. I don't
could
know
do
what
that.
they're making, but they're going to make something fantastic. And that, again, is coming out of our culinary arts department. That's going to be with Chef Vicki Leatherwood because it is the baking.
Very good, very good. Thank you both for coming in
All
to
right,
visit with
thank
us.
you.
Thanks for
Todd,
the
having me.
cake, too.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.